How y'all doing out there, America, the world? We here with another episode of the Put Together Head podcast. You hear me?
What's up? Back again with another one. What we at, bro? Like number
Like
19, 20.
22. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
20, 21, 22.
run that. Yep, run that range. We run that range. So yeah, we
Come on.
back with another one. We it's a good day to be alive today. Be free to do make your own decisions, things like that. And be able to move the way you want to. And
Yeah.
speaking of way, moving, we were gonna talk about a little bit of. I wanted to talk about a little bit of pros and cons of threesomes. Your thought on it, and also the thought of being fluid.
Yeah.
Is that okay? What is it? It's a newer term, but it is a part of the LGBTQ community, which is a month. And I am a supporter. So you have your own views. You know what I'm saying? Have your own views about it, but I am a supporter, and I feel like be who you want to be, love who you want to love. But there is people out here that disagree.
Yeah.
There are some people out here that think that it's not okay. So I always wanted to know what you thought about it, Merle. Like, what is your thought process? Because there's some that think, energy attracts certain energy, and that's what I'm attracted to, whatever that sex is, which is fluid. That's the definition. I'm thinking about just being free to love whoever I want, whatever that connection may be. So that's what fluid, more fluid lifestyle means.
Yeah.
So what's your thought process? And then threesomes, pros and cons of that. Feel free to share your personal experiences if you like to.
I mean, well, since I'm booted up a little bit, you hear me?
Hey.
I'm gonna keep it all the way 100, keep it all the way real. So, as far as my
Mm-hmm.
personal experiences with it, I am one of the gentlemen in the world that has been fortunate enough to speak from personal experience in the realm of threesomes
Okay.
and how that plays out. Now, for me personally, like I've had, like I said, a few different experiences in that area. And I ain't gonna lie, 1 out of 3 experiences turned out bad.
Okay.
Where it was like the female who brought the other female in, we was already dealing with each other, and then she
Hmm.
brought another chick in. We ended up partying and having fun. But then it was like me being in my lower self at the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I found that my own personal pleasure to continue indulgence with the other party as well, outside of just threesomes with
Oh,
said individual who brought old girl to us. So it was like, she felt some type of way about that, and the other girl started feeling some type of way,
yeah.
and they started disliking each other, and it was a whole situation where it just turned out not so good in the circle of life.
Not the
But
circle of
outside of that, I've
life.
had 2 other experiences like that with threesomes, and it was decent. But it was arranged. It wasn't like none of us was in a relationship together. It was all just on some get together, consensual. I know her, I know her. Y'all should know
Mm-hmm.
each other. We should all know each other together. Type
That's
situation.
together.
Yeah, type situation. And then another time it was more so like unexpected. I really didn't. I
Mm-hmm.
hadn't slept with neither one of them ever in life, and I just met one of them. We was vibing, we was kicking it. She came through with her homegirl. I had one of my homies with me. I had one of my relatives with me. I had a cuz with me, like on some you take her, I take her type situation. And
Oh,
then the
okay.
two the two females ended up coming together. The lights went out and I feel multiple hands on me. I said, "Damn, is cuz touching me? What's going on in here? Why I feel multiple sets of hands on me?" And then,
That,
cuz like voiced his opinion of how it not being cracking or how it not being busting at the time. And I'm like, oh damn, these two
that was too.
must be, you feel me? They must be both on me. And then when the lights went out. So that's how I ended up playing out. And they ended up saying that like, yeah, we both just want to see what you got going on. So that was my first ever experience with threesomes. And it was like, I mean, for me as a male who's
Ah,
partaking in the realm of that, it has been pleasurable. 2 out of 3 were very pleasurable, and there was
that's
no
too honest.
situation involved. But I feel like in a relationship though, it could be tricky. Now it can be
Absolutely.
very tricky in a situation where I feel like a lot of people lean on stuff like threesomes and other type stuff like that to fix their relationship or to help
Mm-hmm.
their relationship. And I feel like you shouldn't bring stuff like that into your relationship until you all the way together. If your relationship ain't all the way together, because it's not a tool to use to help build your relationship or
It's
fix your
not.
relationship, it can actually do the total opposite if that's what y'all seeking it out for. Now, if y'all
Mm-hmm.
already in a secure, happy, productive relationship and y'all building and y'all moving and y'all both, it's mutual and y'all got that understanding, y'all got that bond, y'all got that connection, everything is good, everything is peachy. Yeah,
Right.
it might be a good idea to do if y'all both into it, if y'all both feel it, to spice it up. as long as with stuff like that, I feel like speaking from my experiences, like I said, ground rules have to be laid. Anytime I did it where it was ground rules laid and it was an understanding prior to it, and it was it was crystal clear, it turned out peachy. Anytime where it was misconstruence or you mean deviating from the original plan or falling more for one than the other or anything
Hmm.
like that, or I mean, it could become very toxic very quick, and
Hmm.
that's my whole real. I guess that's my whole idea and my whole point of view on it from my perspective of what I've seen from it. If you're gonna do it in a relationship, make sure that the relationship is secure before y'all jump into that type of activity. And if you're doing it for the sake of fun, make sure that everything is just crystal clear and everybody knows why they're here and knows what it is from it. And so don't leave nobody, you feel me, emotional binds behind it because it
Right.
could be fun, but at the same time, it can be very toxic if you let it be. And then as far as the
Absolutely.
fluidity thing, it's like I ain't got nothing against the LGBT community, but I have not a lot of research on a lot of the terms and a lot of the way that they move, the way that people move in that community. Because I'm not a part of it. I like women. That's
Right.
all I've ever dealt with. That's all I. You feel me? That's all
Yeah.
I partake in. I don't judge nobody else and do what y'all do. What you do. You mean it is what it is, and as long as it
Respectfully.
don't, yeah, respectfully move how you move, and I respect you, you respect me. That's all I care
Hmm.
about. And as far as that, but it's pretty
Right.
much put to bed for me.
Okay, so there's a lot I agree with, and you took from me because I talked to you because I'm the oldest. I do believe that energy. I do believe in the fluid lifestyle. Now, hold on, that came out wrong. I am not a part of that, but I believe in. Hey, if you like it, I love it. If your energy attracts that person in particular, then do what you do. It's not my job to judge. So that's just more about how I feel about it. Like I don't ain't my job to judge. You do what you do. As long as we're not all in the room together and you decide us and we gonna do this together because I'm not there in my life now. My old life I can't say and won't speak on, but I do believe threesomes is okay, but if you're young and experimenting and getting to know who you are, if that's something you want to do. Not everybody, I don't mean go out there and just say bam bam everybody come, but like you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying, it's more of responsibly. Once you know, identify what you want to do, then if y'all gonna do that, y'all gonna do that. But like you said, intentions got to be clear, set. Everybody gotta know what their position is. Meaning, hey, like a basketball, we know what you playing. I know what you playing. You know what you playing. Then we all do this together, and in a
right,
certain way. But once that person get out of line and get the hogging, you know what I'm saying? Then things get a little shaky, and that's where it is. Like the intentions got to be clear, or somebody gonna get hurt, somebody gonna feel away, and then when jealousy come in the picture, things can get real dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Dangerous real
right.
quick because people get real highly emotional. Now me and bros talked about sassy ass men in the past, and there has been a lot of sassy ass men killing women because they can't let go of the idea of this woman's moved on or whatever. So when it gets to that point, you know what I'm saying, we gotta look at that
Yeah,
because it shouldn't get to a point of that. But like just bringing it back, threesomes, yeah, just be careful how you do it, when you do it, who you do it with, because and be safe with it because even though you out there you doing it, just be safe with it because things can come with it, and then you got to contact two people instead of one from the going to the clinic and shit. So just be safe with it. But I am a believer in when you young in your 20s and you experiencing life, especially if you're in college and shit, or if you're a young single mom and you out here traveling, do your thizzle. Do your thing. Just do it safely. Make sure people know you got your support system around you to make sure they know where you at. And yeah, live your best life. Because once you get to a certain age, you're gonna think about a lot of stuff. I'm just trying not to swear. A lot of stuff, and you don't want no regrets. So I am a believer in that. Now, one thing I'm gonna put out there, we can probably discuss a little later on, is I'm not a believer in I'm a believer in live your truth. If you like women, if you like men, if you like both, live your truth. Don't
facts.
do that under, that down low
Yeah,
shit. And don't settle to please nobody. Whether that be a parent, a friend, church members, because that's a big influence people like. Things like that. Just live your truth. It's my put to bed moment. I'm done with it. Put to bed, it's night night for me.
all right. Yeah, it's put to bed for me too.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next topic, we got the deportations that been going on, and the L.A. rallies and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and riots, how they say it in the media, and all this type of stuff that been going on around different different counties and different cities and different states, particularly LA, that they've
Yeah.
been really talking about a lot, and just the whole deportation thing and what's been going on with it. That's what I
Hmm.
wanted to talk about this evening as well.
Okay.
So,
So
what's your take on it?
I have different views on it, but I know the most important view that I have on it is I do not believe in no military style removal of anybody because I do believe this is the start of deportation. Now it's a distraction in a sense of yes, this is happening. This man is doing this. He's been saying it for every campaign that he's had, so we know this is happening. But I think it should happen in a different way. I don't agree with the way it's happening. I don't agree with the whole situation because in the past. I mean, well, I just believe there should be programs for situations like this. Like there
Yeah.
are people out here, labor workers. There are people who are in here really supporting their families and had kids born here. So they're here, but then we're shipping them away. I don't believe in tearing a family apart. In certain situations, there should be a program where that person should be able to get citizenship in some type of way, whether that be I don't know how that look, but like some type of way in those situations. Now, there has been people at my job, people in the community talking about ICE raids. There's been a lot of talk about that. I can't say that I follow every single thing, but bro did encourage me to watch a couple videos, and one video did say like in the past, Democrats, or Democrats have not followed through with putting up that wall that this man has been talking about. Trump has been talking about for a long, long time. So it's been going on from different hands in the situation of like one hand, okay, we gonna do it. No, we ain't doing it. Next hand, we gonna do it. We ain't gonna do it. But people are starting voting that in. As the video also mentioned like Biden, what that let like 15 million people in illegally.
Mm-hmm.
So all the people that Biden allegedly let in is being deported now, and now it's a double of that because we have family members involved. Now I do say there's overpopulation a lot of places, including Milwaukee, because of the same thing that we're talking about. I just think that if you're going to do it, and I ain't gonna say we because I ain't doing that shit. If you're gonna do it, it's a certain way to do it, and there should be programs offered for those type of families that are eligible to stay here and work and things like that. It should be that type of environment for them because
No, fact.
everybody is not in a legal danger. And that's how I feel like they putting everybody in that situation, in a legal danger. I also believe that Trump wants to be the big man, King Kong. You ain't got nothing on me type shit. And he wants people to see him as that. He's always, to me, maybe that's why I never liked him like that, because I ain't never like a bully. And he give me that fever of a bully. I'm whatever, in certain sense, not the whole persona of him, but he has
Yeah.
bully qualities. I'm taking it. If by any means necessary is a bully. You know what I'm saying? So just in that sense, like of military approach, going to people's house, just ripping them apart. I'm hunting y'all down type stuff. I'm watching y'all. I don't agree with that type of stuff
Yeah.
because what's to say that he don't feel the same way about other people going forward, black people, people who voted him in, because there's a lot of Hispanic people who did vote him in because they
Yeah.
believe in he's for us. Even though he's saying this, he's gonna do it. But this is just a start to me, but we gonna see how that go. Let me see what else I thought. Yeah, that's all I can really say about it because I don't really follow the whole situation, but I do know what's going on. And I do think it was a distraction for a civil war that might start because of the bombing in Israel. So I do believe that presidents, not just him, presidents put out certain things for distraction for something else, like 9/11 type of thing.
Facts. Very factual.
You know what I'm saying? So, but like one thing I can say is a lot of people bailed on Obama for after they started believing in something. The white hope is what I call it, Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never been that person. I still respect him. There's a lot of things that's been said about the family that Michelle's a man, the kids ain't theirs, blah blah blah. I still respect that person, these people as a family, because in my eyes, I grew up learning about presidents. And all of them were white, period. So
Yeah.
this man, a black man, regardless if he's half black, or whatever, he's still a part of our heritage in a sense. So I respect that. And we kind of do a lot of his accomplishments. We throw them under the rug, and they're not talked about anymore because a lot of people don't like it because they ignore what he's done in the past because other presidents want that to happen. Just by like, I think it's some mentioned some in the video about how he did have programs for these situations where there's families here who's working. We
Yeah,
real life out here working hard, hustling, not out here killing people, raping people, some drugs, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I just want to take care of my family. I got 3 kids here who's born here and a wife who is legal because she did her paperwork, but I'm ripping y'all apart and I'm the one who works. What's going to happen in that family? Because eventually homelessness is going to go up and other things are going to happen, especially being talked about food stamps cut and all that type of stuff. So there's going to be some other things that happen as effect of what we're seeing now. It's my put to bed. That's like all I got to say,
yeah. I
really.
mean, I totally agree with you. I feel like it's definitely setting the stage for other stuff. Just start for me. Speaking on the Obama thing, like, I mean, to me, I mean, I ain't trying to totally go against what you're saying, but I don't necessarily respect Obama. I don't respect nobody I don't know. That's just me
Hmm.
personally. If I don't know you personally, I can't say that you just fully have my respect. You may have my admiration.
Yeah,
We may share certain viewpoints, but I can't say that I respect you. I don't know him personally.
I
I don't
can
know
catch
Michelle
that.
the man. I don't know his family. I don't know his lineage. I don't know his hair. I don't know where he come from. He came out of nowhere to me. I respect the fact that we had a black president, but at the
Okay.
same time, in this America, that could have been a whole distraction. Because to be honest, with the numbers, like one of the videos I sent you, with the numbers that they showed, Obama deported more people than Trump by a significant amount. But he did it legally. He went through the courts. He
Yeah,
went through the system. He went through, like you said, he had programs involved where you can be able to, help families that were trying to be here, rightfully so, and doing the right thing and working and all that type of
right.
stuff. But at the end of the day, he kicked more Mexicans and stuff and people out of the country than Trump did. And he did a lot
Yeah,
of stuff that, I mean, it's not really about the Trump versus Obama thing, so I'm not gonna go
right.
deep into that. But as far as like with the deportation thing, it's a scale. I feel like Trump is doing the most with bringing the army thing in. I don't feel like that's right. I don't feel like that's cool. And then even with that, it's not
Mhm.
even all the way. It's not all the way progressive because
Right.
right now the mayor, either the mayor or the governor of LA, is suing Trump. Trump is in the middle of a lawsuit right now because he brought in a task force through using what are they called, the
Military
army
force.
reserves or something like that. He brought in the army reserves or the national. He brought in the National Guard to back up
Mhm.
other people to use more hands and feet on the ground to do his deportation thing. He did this in a sneaky type of way. And
Right.
right now he's going through a lawsuit with them right now in California. I can't say that I don't agree with a lot of the tactics that he do with a lot of things with the deportation thing. And I feel like why white people never face deportation because they're not from here either,
Yeah,
and they
I
came
know.
here and they shoot up more schools and they do more pillaging and they do
Do a
more
lot.
taking over and more bullying and more everything than any one of us. So any culture. So why are the people this from originally from Britain or originally from Ireland or originally from wherever they from the Caucasus Mountains, wherever they from, England or
Mhm.
Europe? Why haven't they been the Jewish, like the ones from Jerusalem? Why haven't
Yeah.
they been kicked out of this country, or why are they not? Why are they just full blood Americans? Because the term American means if you were born here. If I was born here, I'm American. So for the
Right.
Mexican families that's born here and the ones that's working 9 to 5s and working their jobs and doing everything just like every other United citizen, why are they being threatened to be kicked out of their land? This is essentially their land too. If you want to look at it as America, home of the free, home of the brave, and all of that. If you were born here,
Mm.
if your family was born here, if you was born here, then you from here. Why doesn't that apply to all of them? Because it apply to all the white folks. It apply to
Right.
everybody else. So why don't it apply to them? That's my whole standpoint on it in
Hmm.
a nutshell. And I feel like I fully support the riots. I don't support peaceful protests. I don't. I'm just gonna say it. Why, like in 2025, it has gotten us nowhere. We have got no legislation done. We have got no paperwork pushed. We have got no rules, regulations changed. We have got nothing accomplished through just holding up signs in the street, holding hands. It's not gonna happen. Sometimes when we dealing with terrorists in our
Yeah.
own country. We dealing with
Yeah.
animals. We dealing with evil people. We dealing with the justice system, which is an evil
Yeah.
design in itself, something that's
Yeah.
not designed for us. So I can't expect anything super peaceful to change anything that's super
The-
tempestuous. Something that's super violent. Except for those who don't know that word, tempestuous. Something that's super violent. Something that's super chaotic. I can't explain. I can't expect anything peaceful to have any fight against something that's violent or something that's bad, unorthodox and hatred and rage and all those
Hmm.
type of qualities. I feel like yeah, riot is a necessary word that we have to do, and I feel like
Right.
the media also has portrayed them things differently because it's people that's living in California, and it's people that's living in California that have platforms. They're saying, man, they not rioting out here. It's peaceful out here. Like they just showing
Hmm.
y'all what they want to show y'all because that's the
Hmm.
media to get y'all in y'all feelings and
Of
get y'all feeling
course.
emotional to get y'all on their side. But and that's just like anything. When we come together as black folks for our rights, and when one of our people get
Right.
killed, 90% of the people are out there just holding hands and holding up signs and doing peaceful protests and doing the righteous thing and just trying to get their message across. You got the 10% that's acting crazy, but that 10% is what they're gonna show you all throughout the media to make all of us black people look unchained or make all of us colored people or Mexican people look unchained and
Mm.
look like animals. When really the 90% of us just want to protect our people.
Yeah.
I mean that's my full take on it.
Yeah, I say a couple things. Like you said, it's not a Trump versus Obama type of thing, and I do like agree with the admiration I have for the family versus you don't know these people, and we was raised as like I don't know you, I don't trust you, nigga. So
Yeah, I
I
don't know.
don't.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know you. So I have admiration. I'll change that word. And then, like you said, this is the start of it to me. We are blind to a lot of things. We'll say I don't like what Trump stands for. So I can't say I don't like him as a person. I don't like what he stands for, but I do believe there's a narrative that he's for, us. We're gonna see how that play out because this is just the start of a domino effect to me.
oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
It's definitely gonna play out. It's definitely gonna play out. Definitely gonna play out
get your
crazy.
extra waters and stuff, like my mama said.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Make sure y'all got y'all household in order. That's the main thing we can do as a people is make sure that we take care of ourselves and take care of our
Yep.
communities. For if
Get your-
things do
Yep.
change, if they do go into a civil war, if we do go into the next world war, we can only affect so much.
Yeah.
But we can
Absolutely.
definitely and always affect ourselves and our own family and our own communities
Hmm.
by pouring into that and making sure that we good with a roof with an umbrella over us. That's what we can do for sure. Is making sure we
Right. Like I am a believer in riots because in a sense that's the only way we're gonna be heard. Protest, I've
back.
been a protester, so I know that there's only a certain level that's gonna go. That's the
Yeah,
start of
back.
that's the start of the message,
That's
you
a
know what I'm
start.
saying? Yeah. But the other half gotta be a takedown and whatever that look like.
Man,
And
we just mix. You
also
can't have the Martin Luther King without the Malcolm X. You can't have the Malcolm
exactly,
X without the Martin Luther
exactly,
King. You need a mixture of both of those to make real
exactly. Yep.
impactful things happen.
Yep.
Make
Re-
change.
ex- Right. Respectfully, you got to do both. And then another thing I wanted to say is there's an overpopulation. We got to be real. Even in Texas, bro, know that it's an
Oh yeah,
overpopulation. So we know that something has to be done. It's just the way you do it. Like you said, he did it too, but he did it the legal way. There's no way it shouldn't happen. It's more of the legal way it happens. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
It's how you
So
doing. It's not about what you're doing. It's about how you doing. Just
exactly.
like it's not about what you say. It's about how you say it.
How you do it. That's it. How you move is how you stand as a person and
Fact.
the
That's how people
admiration
gonna
people
view
gonna
you.
have for your
Yeah, that's
ass.
how people gonna view you. But moving
But
on to our
moving
last one,
on.
I feel like we can put this to bed.
Yeah,
So the
it's late
last one
night.
is more of a debatable situation between us because I know it's gonna be a debate. So the last one is your top five R&B females in history. If you want me to go, I can
I
get
want
mine
you to
first.
start, bro, because I ain't about to start first. It's yo,
Okay,
you
okay.
wanted me to put it out there, so I knew it was gonna be disagreement because you know how I feel about music. I know how you feel about music. We got that in common, but we also got different views. So what you gonna drop on a sister?
All
And I meant
right,
to say
so
our mama. She always say get your extra waters, canned goods, your flashlights. So do that. But go ahead, bro. Drop it.
facts. All right, so my top five. I'm gonna start light because I know that you're gonna agree with my number one. This ain't in no
Okay.
particular order though. This ain't in no particular order. This ain't the top five as far as like one to five being the best
Yeah.
or one the best. It's
Me
just my
either.
top five period.
I'm
So
excited
okay, so
though.
number one, I got Aaliyah. Now I'm gonna say why. I'm gonna say who I chose and why I chose them. Facts. So Aaliyah was very versatile with her style. She was very, I want to say, she was a pioneer
Mm,
in ushering a different sound because a lot of the sounds that she gave then, females still giving to this day. Like artists are still giving
absolutely.
to this day. She was very innovative and was a pioneer in leading in that new sound and that new era, along with her production with Timbaland and Missy and all of them.
Yeah,
But at the
yeah.
same time, she was the R&B forefront of that label of that movement, and she was excellent at her music. She was excellent in everything that she put her hands on while she had this time on this earth. And for her to have such a short but lustrous career, it was very
Mm,
impactful. Leah is like the female Tupac in a lot of ways for me.
mm,
In a lot of ways, not every way, but in a lot of ways, how she had this
mm-hmm.
short career, but an impactful career. Like she had
Absolutely.
an influence on so many people, so many musical artists, and so many just regular people. She was very impactful in a lot of people's lives. I mean, in a lot of things, like the hairstyle, the covering up one eye, like a lot of stuff, a lot of fashion, a lot of the way she did it. Like she was one of the first females that was like, yeah, she would dress sexy, she would dress like that, but at the same time, she would do the left eye thing
Tomboy.
and have on baggy clothes and a jersey on and still getting that same respect, still getting that same admiration because of who she was and not just how she looked. So that was one of
Yeah,
the things that made Aaliyah stand out heavily to me, and it was devastating losing her, man. R.I.P. the legend.
absolutely.
So my number two is Lauren Hill. Now Lauren Hill, I got Lauren Hill in my top five because again, Lauren Hill only put out like one album.
Um,
I think Lauren Hill put out one full. When she was with the Fuji, she had numerous. They had numerous projects, but as a solo artist, she put out one album, and that album is still impactful to this day. I do
Dang.
not, and I do music, and I know a lot of female artists, rappers, singers, performers, musicians. I don't know not one artist that's a woman who does not feel the impact of Lauren Hill, who does not admire
Mm,
her, who she's not like an inspiration to them. Like, and then not even that, her message was pure. She
yeah.
didn't sell her soul. She didn't sell out. She spoke truth. If you listen to her music, if you listen to her album, if you listen to her rapping, if you listen to her singing, she spoke truth. She
Yeah.
spoke gems. She spoke highly over us as a culture and us as a people. And she was very for the movement. And she portrayed that in her lifestyle and she portrayed that in her music. And I feel like she
Mm.
did have such a short career because she wasn't willing to sell her soul and become
Yeah,
the top
absolutely.
female that was out there right now. She didn't care about that. She cared about the art of it. She cared about her music, and she cared about her soul, and she cared about her message and that and what she represents. So that would puts her in my top five for me, along with her musical talent. At
All
number
right.
three, I got her. Now her is in my top five. You looking crazy? You looking crazy? But look, hear me out. This lady writes her like a lot of females that's very talented. You can look at the Beyonces, you can look at the Mariah Careys, all of them. Not to say they ain't talented, but they got writers. They might write some of their music, but they got a lot of writers too. Not saying her
Mm-hmm.
don't got writers at all too, but her writes most of her music. She plays multiple instruments, and her music is fire. Her really in my top five just because of her talent. That's
Yeah, yeah,
period.
yeah. I get
I
that.
don't really know nothing about her background or what she stands for, and none of that type of stuff. I don't know. But from a talent level, I gotta throw her in my top five. She do
Okay.
everything. She like an Alicia Keys to me. Like Alicia Keys play the piano and that type of stuff. But I seen her on stage. They didn't make me fall in love with her music. Was I seen her on stage once, and she pulled out like three different instruments
Yeah. So
and played
why
them
you didn't say
while
Alicia
she's
Keys?
singing, while performing, like full fledged show. That's talent. Like that's like
Yeah,
Jamie
it
Foxx
is.
level type of talent. Like I can't deny that. That's as a musical artist, I understand how hard it is to do that. To be able to pick up not only one instrument but multiple instruments, and you writing your own music and producing and
Mm-hmm.
all that. Like that's crazy. And then at number four, I got Janae Aiko. Janae Aiko just got music that resonates with me. Like she did a whole album damn near that was like a manifestation, meditation music. Like check that album out if you get a chance to
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
viewers. And for you if you ain't heard it, but for the viewers, like she's another person that could have went way further had she been the rules of her own will and her own moral compass to
Mm-hmm.
have more fame. And I feel like she didn't do that. I feel like her and her husband didn't do that with her and Big Sean. I feel like they both stand for something. They both have a positive message. If you really listen to their music, they both empower black folks. They both believe in spirituality and connecting with God, and they resonate that in their music. And a lot of her
Yeah.
music just touch bases with me. Like she can go ratchet, she can go spiritual, she can go get high music, she can go vibe music, she can go club music, she can go eat my ass music. She can go any type of way, any type of lane. It's gonna sound good and it's gonna vibe. And her voice is just hits for me. It's just
Yeah.
do it. She ain't the best singer all around, but her voice just hits for me. I like her cadences. I like her. I like what pocket she be in. I love her music. I love her music. And then at the top five, speaking of voices, I got to put Whitney Houston.
Okay. I was waiting for you to get back to where real music was. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. I gotta throw Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston voice
The
phenomenal.
voice.
Like one of the I ain't even gotta say too much. Rest in peace to legend Whitney Houston. I ain't gonna really say too much. Her voice alone has her in my top five. Her voice alone will put her in any top five in any debatable conversation. Like you can't go wrong with her. Like if you got a couple voices like that, you got
Mm-hmm.
Aretha Franklin, you got Anita Baker. It's some legends. It's Shaka Khan. I left
Yeah,
out a
yeah,
few of them
yeah.
in mind. I
You
left
already
out a
got.
few of them in
You
mind.
can't go do too deep because you already put
No,
yours out.
yeah, no, they not them names I just named. They're not in my top five, but I'm saying they had phenomenal voices. They had a
Yeah,
phenomenal
absolutely.
era. They were definitely pioneers. They were definitely the forefronts and the weight and the reason why R&B was what it was at that time. But out of all of them, I gotta. If I can only choose one, I gotta pick Whitney Houston. She
Okay.
was an actress. She was inspiring. She stood for a cause. Also, she stood for a message. She was herself, whether you liked her on, whether you liked her high, whether you liked her sober, whether you liked however she was. She was herself. She was genuine, and her voice was phenomenal. That's my top five.
Absolutely. I feel like disagreement wise, you cheated because you gave full background stories on every month artist. So you're gonna leave the people under your corner telling them, oh, damn, I didn't know that type stuff. And you supposed to drop your damn names and that's it. My
My bad.
dude, my bro, you in this month performed at the damn Olympics. Nick, like I'm gonna say Nick. I ain't gonna say the whole thing. I'm just gonna drop mine. Now I agree with two of yours out of three. Two of them I agree they are phenomenal artists. I'm a fan. I got them on my damn Pandora playlist. Many of us do, especially when them start acting up. Start acting up like bro just did, and then put on a whole backstory. He trying to play a sister. This was, we disagreeing on this nigga, so you don't put no backstory. Which I'm gonna name mine. So they are phenomenal. Her, I'm a big fan, big fan. Like like bro said, she played instruments, she writes, and she been writing for a long time. She wrote for other people before she
Yeah,
even put
she
out her
crazy.
own stuff. And then her whole persona in the beginning was, I wear shades. I don't want nobody to see me. She didn't even show herself for years. I've been following her for a long time because she wanted people to understand who she was through her music before they saw who she was as a person, which I love.
Mhm.
And then also Janae. Come on now. She got me through some tough times. She got me to
Hey,
not burn niggas' cars up. So even though I watched the worst video, I wanted to say, but she said no, don't do it. Because then she got me up and she calmed my spirit. So I'm big fans of them. But we talking about lyrical. You know what I'm saying? For me, for lyrical, I'm gonna say first because I'm a big fan. She gonna be on my list regardless. Been a big fan since I was a teenager. With my hair like it with the swoop, couldn't
you
see
definitely
shit.
did.
And then right, couldn't see shit, but it
Definitely
don't matter.
did.
I was cute. And then my daughter's named
Definitely
after her as
was.
well. Yeah. So I'm a big fan. Past big, I'm huge. Whitney Houston. I was waiting for you to get back to some music. Music. I'm gonna say Fantasia.
That's not a bad choice.
Fantasia is a performer and lyrically, vocally, she can go up, down, round, around, and she
Yeah,
makes you feel it. She make
yeah,
you be in that point like, ooh, like you know, either you happy or you not. Then she can take you to church and make you like she make you think about shit like you did last night. Hey, this man, and then he messed up, and then she take you to church forgiveness. So
yeah,
she saved relationships.
yeah. No,
Then we're
no,
gonna go
fact.
with Mary J. Blige. Mary still performed out here in these damn hills, and she been rocking since 1994. I grew up with Mary, so I'm gonna put Mary on there. I can say lyrically the best, but she can sing a song and she make you feel it, and you be in that place. And then I was torn between Jill Scott and Lauryn Hill. Jill Scott scats. So when you can scat, it's a certain quality and talent that come with that.
Yeah,
And
fact.
I'm saying that because in the meal yesterday we had a concert that I went to. It was Marsha Ambrosia and Lettucey. I'm big fans of both. They both Lettucey scattered to the point where I was like, I thought my grandma was there. We was partying together. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we like in our history, all of us, because scatting is a talent. You pull people in and then you make them tell a story with the scatting. And that's a talent that's been in our history for years, for centuries. But man, that's why I said both of them. So I didn't. I couldn't turn it away since bro named it already. I'm gonna say Jill because of the scatting and the range. Because if you listen to her old music, she can go deep down with that tone and then bring it up high. And I look at like lyrical stuff, and it's a bunch more a whole bunch more R&B. But we had to put to the five for today.
Yeah,
That's my five. Now if you ask me next week, now three of them gonna be the same, but two of them might change because
same
sound
here.
changes, you know what I'm saying? Sound changes. So you gotta go with the flow. But in the new age, if we do new age, you know, R&B, then my list will change. But I'm talking about like what I grew up to, what moved me, what got me through some stuff, and also the range. I'm thinking about them ladies right there. Them fantastic lyrical geniuses.
And I can't really argue with your top five. I see it, and I feel it. I feel where you going with it.
I knew you would
Y'all
agree
comment
with
y'all
some
top.
of it.
Make sure y'all comment y'all top five R&B female
Yeah,
artists of all time in the
absolutely.
comments, and let us know how y'all feel
Yep.
about our top five, and comment y'all top five in there too.
I'll be in there looking, so let me know if you agree, disagree, or add something too. Like we said, our list might change. We might drop another one in another 2 weeks and say, hey. So what you think now? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's put to bed for me though, bro. For real, for real.
Yeah, it's put to bed for me. I feel like the episode has been put to bed.
Hey,
And
I
we
feel like you
covered a
showed your
lot
ass a
as
little bit.
always. We gave y'all some gems, we gave y'all some entertainment, we gave y'all some you mean some of our opinions. And
Yeah,
we gave y'all some enlightenment, man. And we that's what we try to do. If you don't know by now, then that's what our platform is really about, man, as a whole.
absolutely,
Giving y'all as much as we can all around. Not just here to entertain, but that's also to educate. Man, if you be feeling it, man, like, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff.
absolutely.
Since you got anything you want to say before we close it out?
Hey, even though bro gave backstories, listen to my five. Don't let him bring you in. Nah, we like bro said, share, subscribe. Let people know we out here. We only trying to bring awareness to certain things. You may disagree, agree it's all in love, and hey, it's put to bed for me. And if you fall down, get back up, dust yourself off, and keep it moving. Like Aaliyah always say, try again.
Yeah. But first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. You hear me? Verbatim.
Hey. Period. Yeah, bro. So we out.
Yeah, and y'all know how I feel right by now, man. Rest your eyes, but don't rest your mind. Don't rest your body. Don't rest your soul. Don't rest your ambition. You hear me?
Yes, sir. And we
Love,
out with another one.
love,
All right,
love.
love, bro. Love, bro.
I've been studying the bane in my existence. They try to write me off, but I keep taxing them consistent. You don't know the pain of being trapped inside the system. Soon as they read you your rights, you know you on your way to prison. It's a trap. And why the hell you think they call it that? Trust falls the way I'm comfortable with falling back.